Hello, welcome to the channel Bible Narratives. First chapter, The Power of God.
In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. The earth had no form and was filled with darkness. Then God spoke, and a burst of light filled the universe. He separated the light from the darkness and called the light day and the darkness night. God divided the water and called the part that appeared the sky. He gathered the water below and made the dry grounds appear. This is how God formed the sea and the land. God decided to adorn the land with trees, grass, flowers, and plants of every kind. He also created the sun, the moon, and the stars to differentiate between daylight, night, days, seasons, and years. He filled the sky with every variety of winged birds, the sea with big and small living creatures, and the land with wild stocks, crawling creatures, bees, and all wildlife. After everything, God then created something special. He took the dust from the earth and breathed life into it to form a living man. He called him Adam, and God gave him dominion over all plants and animals on land, in the sky, and in the sea. When Adam opened his eyes, he looked around and sat under a tree. God had created a beautiful Eden garden for Adam. Everything was good in the garden. God grew many beautiful trees that bore fruits for Adam to eat. Adam was happy. However, God saw that it was not good for Adam to be alone, so God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam. He took one of Adam's ribs and formed a suitable companion for him, whom he called Eve, the mother of all the living. Adam and Eve were happy together in the Eden garden. In the middle of the garden there were two particular trees, the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. God told Adam and Eve that they could eat every fruit from every tree in the garden, except for the fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. However, the cunning serpent approached Eve and convinced her to eat the fruit from the forbidden tree. It promised her that her eyes would be opened and she would be as wise as God by knowing good and evil. Tempted by the words, Eve saw the forbidden fruit hanging from the tree. The more she looked, the more desirable the fruit became. So, if Eve gave in to temptation and went against God's commandment, she ate the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil and also shared it with Adam. Suddenly their eyes were open, and they realized that they were naked. They went behind a tree and were afraid. When God came, Adam started to blame Eve, and Eve blamed the serpent. God was angry and cursed Adam, Eve, and the serpent to leave the Eden garden, struggle, and grow food. They started struggling in the new world. Adam and Eve loved each other and begot two sons, Cain and Abel.
We'll meet you with the second story of Bible, that is First Murder. Don't forget to subscribe to Bible Narratives.
This story is taken from first chapter of Bible. Genesis. Subscribe and ring the bell icon.